prayer resolution. We'll talk about that next. Senator Pody and I are carrying that together. So I will tell you, Lowell and I are both duty-bound, oath-bound to not infringe upon your rights, to not do anything injurious to the people, which means attack our Constitution. That's the oath that we take. All your legislators have taken that. And I think most do a pretty good job with that. Right? I mess a vote up from time. I've messed up several votes. I have votes that I wish I could go back and we can talk about those in a minute if you want to, but I haven't just this year where as I drove home Thursday after voting, I was like, man, I wish I'd voted differently. I'll just be honest with you. There's a lot of stuff coming at you, but even with that, we're oath-bound to try to do the right thing. But I will tell you, folks, the condition of our country, if you've read House Joint Resolution 803, it's got, I didn't expect that to get any attention, and it has got national media attention now. We're suffering from violence in our nation that I've never seen before. I'm 60 years old, and you see people want to kill one another just because they get cut off in traffic. There's something wrong in us. There's something wrong in us. The Bible calls it sin, but there's something wrong in us. We have alcohol problems. People will go and drink until they can barely walk, get in the car, put their keys in it, and drive, and put every one of us at risk. Probably if I asked you if you've been affected by drunk driving, I have. My son and daughter-in-law were almost killed just between here and Maryville a few years ago by drunk driving. I think it was a repeat drunk driving. And even though we make the rules tougher on that, these people are so addicted to it, that's not an excuse. But we're overcome with alcoholism. We're overcome with drug use. We've got a border being flooded with drugs. If you saw the news yesterday, you see that now we've reached the point where the illegal aliens are going to just force their way through the National Guard. We're under an invasion. You may not like hearing that word, but we are under an invasion. And corruption in government at all levels. You can go from the city of Nashville to the state of Tennessee, and especially in D.C., and you'll see corruption. We're sending politicians to D.C. and they go up worth their net worth is $250,000, and they come back worth millions. There's something wrong with that. I can tell you from experience now, this is a job that should make you poor. Not that that's the intent, but if you're making money at this, there's something wrong. There's something bad wrong. And so, Lowell and I can vote exactly with the Constitution every time, and we can have these town halls and hear from you. But I got to tell you, folks, I don't know where else to turn but to the Lord. If we don't get His blessing back on this nation, we are done. That's my humble country boy opinion. We are done. I think all those things I described, between the corruption and the crime and the violence and the broken homes and 9,000 kids in the state of Tennessee that had to be pulled from their own family, you all in education see this. You see just how horribly some children are treated in their own homes. And you all have to help take care of it. You have to take part of your instructional time to be mama, daddy, mentor, food provider, clothes provider for these children. There's something broken in the nation. If we don't fix that, it's done. And I say that not to be hyperbolic, but just to be honest with you. So, I think that all those things I described in the whereas statements, if you look at 803, are leading indicators of the removal of God's hand of blessing in this nation. And we can't control California. Lowell and I can't do anything to correct the foolishness that happens in California. But we can do things for you. So that resolution calls us into a time of intermittent fasting and prayer for those who feel so inclined and can do so starting July 1st. I think that'll get through the Senate. I talked to Senator Pody yesterday. He says he thinks he'll get it through. I'm certain that the governor will sign it. And so that's for y'all that are Christians, please be praying about that.